Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And, well, it looks like Joe Biden could start getting removed from ballots. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out, and it really helps our channel continue to grow. Those little things, they mean a ton. So, yesterday we heard from Texas Governor or Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who said that there's a possibility Biden could be removed from the Texas ballot. But now there's another Republican governor weighing in on removing Biden. Because if you're going to use this 14th Amendment, if you're going to stretch these legal, nuances in the 14th Amendment to try to make them fit Trump, to try to eliminate your opponent that you say you're not scared of, but you're desperately trying not to face him, if you're going to do that, well, Republican governors can play that game too. And so this Republican governor, she gave notice about what she intends to do. And so before I send you to this clip from Governor Kristi Noem, I want to tell you that I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. Again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe because it does really help us out. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody. And now, let's listen to Governor Noem.
Governor Noem, would you be able to bar Biden from the ballot in your state of South Dakota if, say, he violated that part of the 14th Amendment by unfreezing assets for Iran or allowed terrorists to just openly walk over the southern border? I mean, do you think that you'd have that power, or your highest court would have that power?
I don't believe so. That's what is so interesting. It's, the process that the court has is a balance to our federal government. It is a balance to our executive branch, a balance to our legislative branch. So us exerting the kind of influence on the court and their decisions to take that kind of action is really unprecedented. So I trust our South Dakota state laws, our Constitution. It gives great guidance to us, and our court system understands that their job is to follow statute and give decisions based on the scales of justice. I'm very proud of what we do here in South Dakota. I would be hopeful that other states would do that and not let liberal judges rewrite the rules of the game to work for their political interests. This is where the Supreme Court should, and I hope will, take quick action, strong action to reverse this decision at the lower court and make sure that they do the right thing by the American people and make sure their voices are heard. President Trump will win. And my hope is that they allow this election to be held fairly and let the people weigh in and to choose the president that they want in the White House.
And Governor Noem, in light of yesterday's Colorado Supreme Court decision, many around President Trump, but many others, are crying election interference. We know all about voter exclusion, voter intimidation. This almost seems like voter elimination, supplanting the will of the people with judicial imperiousness. It just also strikes some people, Governor Noem, something we're both familiar with, that conservatives or center-right voters, Trump supporters, being called deplorable, irredeemable, mega MAGA. Now they're being castigated and denigrated in a different way, that they can't possibly be wise and judicious in their presidential selection, so the Supreme Court of Colorado must do it for them by kicking someone off the ballot. But what do you think of that? I'm sure you hear from people all the time that feel shadow banned and censored and canceled. How does this play into that, if at all?
I see both sides of it. I see people consistently seeing the hypocrisy and the corruption that is happening from the left and how they're using this against people that are their enemies in their agenda that they want to pursue. But I also would say, though, Kellyanne, is the more this stuff happens, the more they normalize it. The more often that they use our judicial system and our Supreme Court to play these political games, to go out and to fundamentally rewrite justice, the more it becomes normal in America. And that's what is so dangerous, is because the more often you see something, the more you don't blink at it the next time that it happens. The more it seems like, oh, well, that's just something that happens. That is increasing so often now in the last year or two, where we have our courts being used to punish political opponents in a way that I just don't remember seeing 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Now it's being used on a daily basis. I believe that's dangerous for our way of life, because that then becomes normal to the American people, and they start to think that that is something that is okay. It is not okay. That's what's made America special for so many generations, is the fact that we were a country of freedom. We were a country of the people, a republic where they get to decide. We don't live by dictatorships or a direction of an elite few making the decisions for the people. Our motto in South Dakota is under God, the people rule. We enforce that every day by following our Constitution. I would hope in the United States of America we remember what our Constitution says as well.
Unfortunately, millions and millions of Americans agree with those very points. Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.